Max, a sleek black cat, ruled his apartment. His fur was as dark as midnight and his eyes gleamed with a mysterious intelligence. Max was the epitome of feline grace and elegance, moving with a fluidity that seemed almost otherworldly. He had a certain air of superiority, as if he knew he was the master of his domain. He surveyed his domain from atop bookshelves, a tiny king in a castle of cushions. From his high perch he could see everything that happened in his kingdom. Every movement, every sound was noted and catalogued in his sharp mind. The bookshelves were his throne, and the cushions his royal court. He would often sit there for hours watching the world go by with a detached curiosity. Life was good, filled with naps, snacks, and the occasional chase of the elusive red dot. Max had a routine that he followed religiously. In the mornings, he would stretch out on his favorite cushion, basking in the warm sunlight that streamed through the windows. In the afternoons, he would indulge in a game of chase with the red laser dot, his eyes wide with excitement as he pounced and swatted at the elusive prey. And in the evenings, he would enjoy a variety of snacks, savoring each bite with a contented purr. Buddy, a goofy golden retriever, knew only boundless energy. His fur was a warm golden hue, and his eyes sparkled with a playful mischief. Buddy was the complete opposite of Max in every way. Where Max was calm and composed, Buddy was a whirlwind of activity. He had a zest for life that was infectious, and his enthusiasm was boundless. Walks in the park, games of fetch, and enthusiastic greetings for every passerby were his life's passions. Buddy loved nothing more than to run and play, his tail wagging furiously as he chased after a ball or greeted a new friend. He had a knack for making everyone he met feel special, his joyful energy radiating outwards and brightening the day of anyone who crossed his path. He was a furry tornado of love, always leaving a trail of slobber and happy chaos in his wake. Buddy's exuberance was both endearing and exhausting. He had a habit of leaving his toys scattered all over the house, and his slobbery kisses were a constant reminder of his affectionate nature. But despite the mess and the chaos, it was impossible not to love Buddy. His heart was as big as his boundless energy, and his love was unconditional. Their paths, seemingly destined to never cross, were about to collide in a flurry of fur and unexpected friendship. Max and Buddy were as different as night and day, and yet fate had a funny way of bringing together the most unlikely of companions. Their first meeting was a moment of cautious curiosity, each one sizing up the other with a mix of suspicion and intrigue. Max, with his regal demeanor, and Buddy, with his boundless enthusiasm, were an odd couple indeed. Little did they know their lives were about to get a whole lot more interesting. As they began to spend more time together, a bond started to form between the two. Max found himself intrigued by Buddy's playful nature, and Buddy was fascinated by Max's calm and composed demeanor. They began to learn from each other, their differences becoming a source of strength rather than division. Max taught Buddy the art of patience and observation, while Buddy showed Max the joy of living in the moment. Together, they created a new kind of harmony, a blend of calm and chaos, elegance and exuberance. Their friendship was a testament to the power of acceptance and the beauty of embracing differences. And so, in their cozy apartment, the odd couple found a way to coexist, their lives forever changed by the unexpected friendship that had brought them together. It all began on a Tuesday, a day that promised nothing out of the ordinary. The sun was shining brightly, casting a warm glow over the quiet residential area. The air was filled with the gentle hum of distant lawnmowers and the occasional chirp of birds. It was the kind of day where everything seemed to be in perfect harmony, a day where nothing unexpected was supposed to happen. Max, perched on his windowsill, observed the world with detached curiosity. His green eyes scanned the familiar scene outside, taking in the sights and sounds of his little corner of the world. He was a creature of habit, content with his daily routine of watching the world go by from his favorite spot. Birds chirped, squirrels scampered, and life ambled along at its usual pace. The trees swayed gently in the breeze, their leaves rustling softly. It was a scene of tranquility, a snapshot of suburban life at its most peaceful. Max watched as a group of children rode their bikes down the street, their laughter echoing through the neighborhood. Suddenly, a blur of golden fur erupted onto the sidewalk below. It was Buddy, the neighborhood golden retriever, known for his boundless energy and playful spirit. He was a familiar sight in the neighborhood, always on some sort of adventure. Buddy, leash trailing behind him, was on a mission to chase a rogue leaf blown astray by the mischievous wind. The leaf danced and twirled in the air, just out of Buddy's reach, and he pursued it with relentless determination. His ears flopped wildly as he ran, and his tongue lolled out of his mouth in sheer joy. Max, startled by the commotion, arched his back and let out a hiss, his usual greeting for anything remotely disruptive. His fur stood on end and his eyes narrowed as he watched Buddy's antics. To Max, the world outside his window was a place of order and predictability, and Buddy's sudden appearance was anything but. Unfazed by the feline disapproval, Buddy's tail wagged with unabated enthusiasm. He was too caught up in his chase to notice Max's reaction. To Buddy, every day was an adventure, and every new encounter was a chance to make a new friend. He had spotted a potential new friend. Buddy's eyes lit up with excitement as he approached the windowsill where Max was perched. He barked happily, his tail wagging furiously. Max, still wary, watched Buddy's approach with a mix of curiosity and caution. Little did he know, their first meeting would be just the beginning of a series of hilarious and heartwarming adventures. Over time, Max and Buddy would form an unlikely friendship, one that would bring joy and laughter to their neighborhood. They would embark on countless escapades, from chasing butterflies in the park to exploring hidden corners of their suburban world. Their bond would grow stronger with each passing day, proving that sometimes the most unexpected encounters can lead to the most wonderful friendships.